Hi, this is Robert Van Dyke, and this is part one of the final exam for ISIN 305. We are going to start with question two, which was embed your video into the flat page on your site. So I did a little research and tried to figure out how to embed these videos, and there was an app that you would install. So we've got this pip install Django embed video. Let's run that. And we're getting an error. Could not create. Permission denied. And the book really didn't go over anything to do with embedding videos. And a little looking online, this is all I could find. So I couldn't get it to work. I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to do, or maybe you could include in my grade a link to an explanation of this somewhere. That'd be great. So, part one, basically going to navigate to our product page through a GET request. And at this point in time, our link to the website sets us up with a cookie. So as you can see, we have our cart ID session key is set to cart ID, and when the request goes through, we're going to generate a new cart ID, and yeah. So we look at our Django site, and we go to our solid body guitars. We look at Les Paul Classic, add one of those to the cart. Let's go back to our solid body guitars. Let's put a Fender Strat in our cart too. We've got two items in our cart. We can verify this. Let's go into our MySQL econ. -clb. MySQL ctl.cli. Okay, let's use our ecom store database and select all from cart items. And you can see here ID. We have the cart ID right here, which is the exact same. They were both added within 6 seconds of each other. Product ID 1 was added one time, and product ID 2 was added one time. So that makes sense with 1 and 1. We can remove, and let's go back in here. And as you can see, our product ID 1 was removed. We still have product ID 2 with a value of 1. Let's take that one out. And yeah, we just have a cart ID. We can try again. Let's try to put X number. Enter a valid quality. So it essentially detected that we tried to post or push through, but it said this wasn't a valid integer. We can see that function for updating the cart right here. Here's our post, item ID, post data, item ID, quantity is equal to post data quantity that we're sending through. If cart item, if the int is quantity greater than 0, we're going to set the item quantity to the number that we pass through, and we'll save it. Else, remove from cart and send a request. Same thing, remove single item from cart. Basically, it just takes the item, if cart item, delete it, And here's a subtotal. Cart total plus equals cart item dot product price times cart item quantity, return cart total. So this was a very interesting class, to say the least. It's a lot of work in 15 weeks to get through. A lot of programming, a lot of logic. The framework was hard to understand, especially not knowing any JavaScript, HTML, or CSS, and basically copy pasting a lot of my work from the files that were provided or from the book. I have a general understanding of what's happening, but I wouldn't feel confident at this point doing this on my own. I've gotten a couple more books on Python since then. I'd definitely be interested in continuing to read these. This Cloud9 is absolutely amazing to work with. It's just brilliant. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I learned a lot. It's really interesting how these shopping carts and e-commerce sites actually work. It's a lot of things that have to work perfectly together. So, I guess the class is fun. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, we'll see you next year.